Hello people of the verse, it's the Eradicator, and in this video we will be talking about one of the new ships that is coming up in Star Citizen Alpha 3.15.1, scheduled to be joining the PU for the end of this week when the expo is going to start, and that is the Aegis Redeemer. Now, I made a couple of one video a couple of days ago with a fully crewed Redeemer. We did a couple of missions and it was absolutely awesome. In fact, a little too awesome, as you guys pointed out in the comment section down below. You guys said that maybe a little bit too overpowered, right? And they said, you will see, Rad, that it's going to be nerfed because it's always the case when we have a new ship. And yes, of course, there always needs to be some balancing to do. And this is exactly what CIG have been doing, and quite frankly I agree. I thought that eventually, sure, it was awesome to wreak chaos and even destroy an Idris very quickly with the help of other people too, but I do think that it was a little bit too boring in the end, because when you feel too overpowered, you know, there's no challenge, right? So it's great that CIG are doing their work here, and they're finding ways to make the flight of the Aegis Redeemer, especially when fully crewed, a little bit more challenging and thus a little bit more fun. So that's what we're going to be talking about here. We're talking about the C patch and the D patch for that ship here. And the first thing that they've done, which I found very interesting, was to actually greatly reduce, they say, the fuel tank for the Redeemer. And I think that this is going to be changing a lot. I think that the Redeemer should be a long-range fighter in the sense that it should have maybe a large quantum fuel. But then when it comes to flying in space, right, it shouldn't be able, because it's actually quite heavy. So if it is heavy, it should theoretically consume its fuel a lot, especially when entering and leaving atmosphere. So I think that this makes sense. You should be able to do a couple of missions altogether, right? But eventually, after maybe 2 hours, you should eventually have to go back to a station and refuel the ship. When we played for 2 hours with my pals when we did this video, the fuel, we were far from having to refuel. We actually was not a worry at all, and we were ready to go. We were ready to keep on fighting over and over and over again. And I think that the idea of having to refuel is also a good way to take a break and say, you know, CIG telling us like, hey, you know, guys, you can't make money like that all the time. You have to also use some money sink. You also have to get a little bit of extra immersion, right? Just like in real life, you would fighters just can't keep on fighting all over the enemy. They have to go back to base and refuel, rearm, and eventually that's what we have to do. Especially with what I did with the build that I had. People were asking, Irad, what was your build for the Redeemer during that mission? I fully replaced the ballistic guns with attrition guns from Hurston Dynamics. So we had the Hurston, the attrition 5s, the size, these were so massive, and we had some attrition 3s as well in the front. So these were laser guns that basically did not have any ammo to replace, so that's something that we didn't need to worry about. But because the fuel tank was so big, we also didn't need to worry about refueling, so this was actually fixed. Now, in the latest patch, which is the D patch, they kept making changes here for the Redeemer, and this time, well, this one is going to be interesting because they said that they've made some lightning and probe tweaks to reduce cockpit glare issues. I think that one of the issues that the Redeemer has is that it tends to be shaking when its own guns are firing. That's what I've been noticing, and that's really weird. So they have to fix that, I think. But they've also said that they reduced the health of multiple parts around the ship. Now, I have no idea about which parts they're talking about. I wish that they could have given more details. I would assume that these would be maybe the wings or the nutcrackers that seem to be quite fragile. I would say that the back wing seems a little bit fragile. So if the health of these parts are reduced, then maybe the ship would fly not as well in atmosphere, which also could be a problem, perhaps. But if also the nutcrackers on the sides get damaged as well, then it's not going to be very maneuverable too. So I would assume that these are the parts that have had the reduced health. Some parts already have pretty much low health. I noticed that I accidentally went around the Comrade station and it just shot missiles at us, which was very unfortunate. And very quickly no, that was the shield generator. Very quickly our shield generator was down. So, and that was the only thing I had. I still had my full shields, and then all of a sudden the shield generator was gone. So maybe there was a shield hole over there, or maybe it just has low health. So maybe there will be other parts that are going to have low health and cause you some trouble when you are flying that ship. Anyway, guys, this was a small update regarding the Redeemer. It does need a little bit of balance, but let me know in the comment section down below, guys, to get a chance to win a Prospector thanks to Abdadun. All you have to do is to answer the question I'm asking right now and subscribe to the channel. How would you like the Prospector to be balanced? I think that, to me, CIG are doing the right thing, but if there's anything else you'd like to add, well, let us know in the comment section down below. Also, if you are a member of our Patreon or John Beta membership, you should have access to my Discord channel, where, thanks to Dr. Forbin, we have a massive Retaliator to give away too. And I'll keep on forgetting, but we also have an Argo Cargo from Admiral Gruffus as well. Anyway, guys, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to Dr. Forbin and Eric Oln, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more content on the channel. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later.
A huge shout out to everyone who's been helping me out on Patreon and via the YouTube Join Membership program. Creating content on YouTube involves continuous circles of ups and downs, and it is when we are the lower parts of the curve that your help really motivates me to keep on going. Your contribution really does make a difference, which is why in return I try to give back by offering backers access to my private Discord channel, automatic access to exclusive giveaways, or answering your questions during the show. You can help me out with as little as $1 a month, and any help is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching again. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later.